What's up, Rep fam? I'm back today with a little comparison with the YEEZY 350 V2 step brush. I got my hands on a retail pair. On this drop, I wasn't as lucky on the last drop, but this time the luck shined upon me. So I figured I'd do a little review. My reps. Or not a review, a comparison. My reps are from the KO factory. In my opinion, the weakest of the 3 or 4 big factories at the moment. There's the Perfect Kicks, which is my personal favorite because their overall shape is by far the best. Then there's H12. I haven't seen too much about those. From what I can tell, the glow on the zebra pair and the cream pair is way off, so that's why I haven't had a look into them yet. But other than that, the shape and stuff looks okay. And then there's BC as well, I think they're called. From what I can tell, the overall shape of their shoes are just way off. So I haven't tried those as well yet. But again, this is the KO pair. The biggest flaws that I can see on these are the toe box. First of all, is a bit too bulky. As you can see here on the retail pair, the toe box is really pointy, where on the reps it's a bit more bulky. And then we have the heel curvature. That's the biggest, by far the biggest flaw on the what's it called, KO pair, because their heels almost it curves inwards here, rather than being a bit more straight than the retail pair. It doesn't have as much of a booty or whatever you want to call it. But that's some of the biggest flaws on the KO pair. Other than that, it's a really good pair. We can start out with some of the basics, if we can get it all on the camera here. First off, the print. In my opinion, it's basically the same. It's looking pretty good on the reps pair. A bit flaws here with some stitching sticking out and stuff, but you can't really nitpick that. It's rep after all. The colors match on both stripes. As you can see, the bottom stripe has to be a bit more off-white or cream white. I don't know if you can tell by the lighting, but it has to be, and it is. And it's almost a bit too cream white on the reps, on the KO pair. There's only a very slight difference on the retails. It's almost the same color. And yeah, let's scrap the front toe box pattern, which again looks almost identical. The only thing, if you should nitpick something, is that the KO pair, this stripe ends a bit further away from the stitching compared to here, but again, it's really just nitpicking, and you won't be able to tell once you have these on your feet. And moving along to the back side, as you can see, the color of the sole is pretty much identical. Like the creams, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but the lighting really just makes the sole look a ton of different tones of off-white, so I wouldn't bother about it. The retail pair looks a bit more shiny, but I don't know if it's because I've worn these for a couple of times, so that could have something to do with it. Looking at the pull tab, they look pretty much identical. there's no real difference. The dots on the KO pair looks a bit bigger, but other than that, there's really nothing to say about it. And the shape as well looks pretty good. From what I can see, there's a tiny difference. The stripe ends is a bit thicker over here, and on the other side as well. That could be a thing that happens to retail pairs as well. Probably just a bit of, has to do with a bit of the placement of the fabric when it's stitched together, or when it's sewn. I don't know. And I don't think you should care too much about that either, because again, it's tiny differences. And if we have a look at the pattern here, and the KO pair is on top, and not too much difference there either. Yeah, the fabric and everything is it's honestly totally the same. So that's quite good as well. And then let's have a look at the bottom of the shoes. Again, the KO pair is a lot darker, but that's from wearing. I think I've worn these 3 times or something, so they have been used, but it's not much. And if we have a look at the boost window, there is a difference on the boost. The KO pair is by far more defined. It looks like the V1 YEEZY 350 V1 boost that had this really defined boost, whereas the V2 has a lot less defined boost, and the boost just generally looks different depending on what factory it comes from. So this is pretty close as well. But yeah, overall the sole looks pretty much the same, with the boost and the markings and stuff. The Adidas logo as well. The Adidas logo is a bit too, don't know if you can see it, maybe if you go HD or something on YouTube. The Adidas logo is a bit too big, but again, that's just nitpicking. And the logo is way too big, so that can help you when you're trying to legit check a pair of Yeezys before buying, so you won't end up with fake shit if you're trying to buy a legit pair. But overall, it's really an amazing rep. It's quite sick how close to retails these are. The laces is just, I think, a tone or two more cream than the reps pair, but yeah, a great rep. And I wanted to finish off with the soles. This one is a bit worn down from wearing, but on the letters that's still left, you can see they are a bit more thick, while the cream whites had letters that were less thick than the retail pair. And then we have the usual stuff about the logo being a bit off, and you can actually see that I don't think you should mind these. I think they come from the inside of the shoe when I've been wearing them, and then this sole presses down in that pattern, so that is not a flaw. And then we have the letters on the side of the the insole, which is almost identical as well. The reps is a bit too spaced out, as you can see. It starts here while the retail pair starts there, and the retail pair actually ends before as well, so it's way too spaced out. But I think this pretty much covers it. So I hope you can use the video if you're trying to copy a pair of retail zebras. The price is pretty low right now, but I think, my personal opinion, you should wait around 14 days when people start receiving their Adidas orders. The prices always drops around 15%, 10-15%. So wait it out if you don't need it like right now, because you can get it for the low soon. But yeah, ask me if you have any questions, share the video if you liked it, subscribe, because there will be more of this, and more unboxing and stuff. So see ya.